Hey cake lovers, happy Thursday. Don't normally do a video on a Thursday, but I'm taking some annual leave from work. Kind of a follow-on from my birthday celebrations a few days ago. I'm doing a staycation in London and I will show you what I get up to. I'm going to be going to the Travelodge. I normally go Travelodge because they're quite affordable hotels. You know, the standard can be a bit variable, but generally they're okay. I'm going to be staying in one of their super rooms, which is a little bit more expensive than their standard rooms. And I have stayed in their super rooms before and they are a little bit better. I paid for early check-in. I always like to check in early, so I'm going to be checking in at 12, and then I'm going to be going to the National Windrush Museum, which is in Greenwich. It's part of the Royal Colleges in Greenwich, and it's where it talks about the Windrush story, people coming from the Caribbean on the big Windrush boat, and just the kind of culture of those people that came from the Caribbean, and something that I can probably relate to, having, you know, both sets of my parents are from, grandparents are from Jamaica. So I think I'm going to see things that I really recognize growing up in not only my household, but staying with my grandparents and seeing the way they kind of lived. And then I'm going to probably maybe go to Greenwich Market afterwards and to get something to eat. And I'm not sure what I'll do after that. I might just come back. But anyway, I'll be leaving soon. Not yet. I still got up quite early today. I mean, I woke up at 6. That's a line for me because I normally get up at 4. So I'm all ready to go. And we'll see what this staycation brings. Okay, I'm here. I'll give you a quick tour around, you know. Bear in mind, it's Travelodge, so it is basic. Even though this is a super room, it's still quite basic. So this is the desk. And the super room, you get extra treats, Kit Kat, hot chocolate, kettle. I never use the kettles. I don't know, there was a video going around the other day about a woman who said a hack if you travel is to, and you run out of underwear, though, how do you run out of underwear is to boil your knickers in the kettle. And I've heard other stories, so I never, ever use a kettle in a hotel. Here's the bed, artwork. Mirror, places to hang your stuff. There's an iron and an ironing board, which I don't think the normal Travelodges have. Towel, bathrooms. Where's the light? Light's outside. So this is the shower. I mean, quite like I say, it's quite basic. Toilet, and that's it. What I will say, whenever I've gone to any Travelodges, as much as it's basic, whatever, the staff, every Travelodge I've stayed in, the staff have always been really friendly and helpful. So I have to say their customer service is really good. So I'm going to unpack one of my bags, like my rucksack, because I'm now going out to National Windrush Museum. So I'm literally dropping and going. So that's where we're going to go to now. Went to the exhibition. It's an exhibition, it's not a museum, like Windrush Museum. It's not a museum. It's very, talks about the cultural impact. But I sent some pictures to my sister and she said, "Oh, did they mention the Windrush scandal?" And I said, "No." Talked about the food and stuff, and it was tiny. It's absolutely tiny. So, a bit disappointing. I'm glad it's there, but I feel it could have been a bit more in depth, and I think they should have definitely mentioned about the scandal. The one good thing about a staycation, especially a solo one, is that you can do what you want. I've come back from my kind of slightly disappointing visit to the National Windrush Museum. I wouldn't even call it that. They should call it an exhibition, like I said before. The weather was it's so cold out there and windy. I was going to get something from Too Good To Go, but the options around here is very pastry heavy, which, yes, I know that is my thing, but I just don't fancy anything pastry or cakey. I'm going to be doing a TikTok live later. I haven't gone on live on TikTok for a long time, so I thought, I'm away from everyone. Let me do a TikTok live. I'm going to pop to Greg's in a minute. That's what I really fancy. I'm talking about pastry. I'm going to go and buy Greg's. But when I was saying pastry for Too Good To Go, I mean sweet pastries. That's all I can see in Too Good To Go. I don't want anything sweet. I just want something savoury. So I'm probably going to Greg's. There's a Greg's like 2 minutes away from here. And then I'm going to go live. I was going to work on some other videos today, but I think I'm going to leave that till tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going Tower. I'm going tomorrow Tower Bridge. Booked that for 11:30. Never been up the actual Tower Bridge. You can go up the actual Tower Bridge. And then I'm going to walk to Covent Garden and try Tofu Vegan, which I've wanted to go to for ages. And then I want to go Selfridges because there's a place upstairs on Selfridges that they do matcha, but they do like a matcha with cake. And I've seen this in a lot of places, people doing all these matchas and lattes and putting a slab of cake on it, and I think it's ridiculous. But I feel I have to review it just to give my genuine opinion. And that's probably, and then I want to go to, maybe before that, after Tofu Vegan, I want to go to the Welcome Museum, and then I might and then I'll probably go to Selfridges, and then come back and then do some work on some videos. So quite busy tomorrow, but that's my plan for tomorrow. So I think I'm going to go in a bit. I'm going to go and get some Greg's. I hope they've got vegan sausage rolls left, because that's really what I want. All right, I picked up my vegan rolls. I picked this to try again. I tried it before. It's supposed to help calm and everything. And this one's got magnesium in it, which is supposed to help you sleep, because I'm going through many perimenopause hell at the moment with my sleep. I just feel tired all the time. So I'm hoping that this is going to help. I tried it before. I didn't really feel the full effects of it, but maybe you got to drink it regularly. But anyway, and I'm currently using this to help me sleep. It's helping, but I tell you what, I have the weirdest dreams, but it does help me sleep, so that's one thing. Okay, so I just finished my live. I didn't really get much interaction, but I think it's because I didn't really promote it. I went live at the last minute, and lives are really funny, but I want to try and do lives more often, even if it's at least once a week, maybe 2 or 3 times. I mean, I'm off for most of next week, so I just want to try and get on lives as much as I can. I think, again, get into that. So I'm going to go live again tomorrow. It says something about my connection, because obviously I'm using the hotel connection, and I don't think it's as stable as my connection. So that might be an issue as well, why I didn't really get much interaction. I got some, but not much. But yeah, so I'm just gonna not doing much really. I'm gonna go get ready for bed in a bit and get to sleep. That drink I had, it's supposed to help calm and all that. I feel calm, but I don't know, I don't think it's really done much. Maybe you gotta drink them on a regular basis, but Them cans are like 30 calories a can. I'm not going to be drinking loads of them. But yes, so tomorrow, got Tower of London at 11:30. I'm going to get... I was thinking of walking, but it's quite a long walk. And I just have to leave early. I'm not going to do that. So it's one of the routes is to get the train to London Bridge and then walk from London Bridge to there. And then I'm going to go after that to Tofu London, Tofu Vegan. Hopefully it's not a lot of queue. Then the Welcome collection. And then I want to go to that place in Selfridges to try that matcha with the pudding in it. See what that's like. And then come back. So quite a full day. The weather, I don't know what it's going to be like. It's probably going to be like it was today. Not that brilliant. So I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, Cake lovers. Happy Friday. Excuse the noise in the background. I've opened the window a bit to get some fresh air. You know, I'm in central London, so there's always some kind of works. Today I'm going to Tower Bridge. I bought a ticket a couple of days ago. It's like £16 for like the basic self-guided tour. I decided I'm going to walk there. It's about a 40-minute walk according to Google. Then I'm going to go to Tofu Vegan for lunch. Then I'm going from Tofu Vegan to the Welcome Institute, where they've got a free exhibition on art. I don't know what kind of art, but it's free. I'm trying to do, you know, I've paid for stuff, but I'm doing free stuff as well. Like the exhibition in Greenwich yesterday was free. The Welcome Institute one is free. And then I'm gonna go to Selfridges because I was talking about it yesterday. They've got this matcha place that I want to try, and then I'm probably gonna come back. So I'm gonna have something to eat. I'll show you what I'm gonna eat. This is probably my third packet of these. It's limited edition Easter hot cross bun, fruit and nut medley from Morrison's. So it's got nuts in there, as you can see, pecans, maple, cinnamon, cashews, some chocolate. It's really nice. Like, it's not something to eat all the time, and it does taste like hot cross bun. Bit spendy. It's like £4, which, you know, everything is so flipping expensive, but definitely would recommend it. It's obviously limited edition because it's Easter themed, but if you see it, I would say to get it. Thank you. I'm back. I left here at 10:30 and it's now, what's the time now? Nearly 5 o'clock. So went to Tower Bridge first. I would highly recommend it. Um, so you can buy online, which I did, or you can buy on the day. I just like to be organised, and also buying on the day, you might not get the slot you want because you get given a time slot. Going up, you can either go up in the lift or you can walk the stairs. The stairs are 200 and odd stairs. I wasn't walking those stairs, though I did walk back down. Walking down is always easier than walking up, isn't it? And you go along the top because there's a top bit with sort of the viewing platform. And the history is so interesting because the main reason Tower Bridge opened was because all the other bridges, like in the 18th, I think the 17th and 1800s, were so busy with traffic. So they needed another bridge. And there was a competition for people to design a bridge. I'm sure it was like architects and stuff to design a bridge. And when you go up to the viewing platforms, you can see all the other designs that were rejected. There were some really interesting designs for the bridge, like, like a floating bridge, like a bridge that kind of went up like that. Because obviously you needed a bridge that would allow ships to pass through. So it did have to kind of open up. But the final design, I mean, the bridge opens like that. Even that was modified, but that was the winning design. And, got built. What was really sad though is, back in those days, there's no such thing as health and safety or safety harnesses or anything like that. So people who were building it, you just got up there and did it. And I think that you saw some of my footage earlier, like 10 people died and over 20 people were injured building the bridge. So that was quite sad. But quite commonplace, because like I said, there was no kind of health or safety in those days. So yeah, it was really good actually. And there's like the glass platform, the glass bit of the viewing platform, which I went on, even though I was nervous, it's like really thick and glass, but you just like, you're looking down and you're like, oh, and there's some people who I could see were definitely making sure that they didn't walk along the glass bit. So yeah, so it was good. I would recommend it. Then I went to Tofu Vegan for lunch, which was nice actually. It was a nice lunch I had. I mean, there were lots of options, but I just had fried noodles and tofu, and it came really quickly. So I had that. Then I went to Selfridges because I wanted to try this matcha that came with like banana pudding. I think it must have been a limited pop-up because I went there and it was not there. So I was a bit disappointed about that, but no fear, I actually went to St. Christopher's Place, which is practically next door to Selfridges. And I finally went to Cup and Lid to try their Tiramisu Iced Latte. It was nice. It ate £6.50 nice. Like the prices are getting so extortionate, and I get it. People have to make a profit, rents, rates, and this is the problem because people at some point are going to be like, I'm not paying that, and cafes and everything are going to start losing out because of all the rates, the cost of the business rates, renting the space that they have to use, the shops, everything. It's just it's getting out of hand. It's £6.50. Just a quick tangent. I saw a review done by, I think they're called Bite Twice Reviews. They're the ones that got kicked out of Borough Market. And I went to Copan, which is a gluten-free bakery. And I understand it's gluten-free, so things are probably going to be a bit more expensive. For 2 pastries, it cost £21.50. And I'm like, what? I'm like, is this how much gluten-free stuff costs in general? Don't worry, I'm going to do a video about it and look about it, because if that's the cost of gluten-free products in general, I feel sorry for people who are gluten-free, because £11 for 1 pastry. And they reviewed it and they said it wasn't even that good. They said the texture of it, and the thing of gluten-free flour, the texture is it's different. So yeah, but anyway, let me come back. So I had that, and then I was like, I'm next to Crome. I'm nearby Crome. Crome was the first ever or only place that sold French toast. I think they've been open about 3 years now, and I went when they opened they had not long opened, and I wasn't impressed at all. Like, the service was really bad. It was just really bad. I've actually done a video on it. I'll link it in the description. So let me pop to Crome, because if Crome is open, I'm going to go. As in, not open. If it's not busy, I'm going to go. When I went there was only 2 people there. I thought, I have to. I have to. So I went to Crome. They're doing this like collaboration with a banana pudding place. So I had banana pudding, French toast, pistachio. And I met somebody who I didn't follow him at the time, but I do follow him now. And he constantly comes up on my For You page. And he came in, and the first thing I said to him was, I want a picture with you. This guy here. And this is the time when I saw he came in, and I was like, oh, you always come on my For You page. His handle is DJ_coffee addict. So he's a coffee person, but he does do sweet treats. And it started off with talking to him, because when you speak to somebody who's kind of on the same, kind of do similar things to you, and you just kind of vibe off each other, it's really nice, really, really nice seeing him. So we had a chat and everything, and he did his review, I did my review. And then I decided, actually, I was going to get a train back here, but I thought, let me walk. So I walked from Bond Street to Old Street, which took me just over an hour. And it didn't feel like an hour. It was a really nice walk, because, you know, it's dry. It wasn't raining. I thought, I'm not rushing back, so I walked. And now I'm here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to relax now for a couple of hours. I'm going live again. We'll see how it works, because the live yesterday was just really weird. No one was really interacting with me. So I don't know. They said the strength of my signal might have something to do with it. So we'll see what happens today. But that was day 2. Tomorrow I'm checking out at 12. But I'm going to go for breakfast at Artful in Shoreditch. And then I'm going to check out. But I'll see you a bit later anyway. Before or after I go live, I'll see you. Hey Cake Lovers, happy Saturday. Last sort of morning here in the hotel. Checking out at 12, but I am going to go for breakfast. I'm going to Artful in Shoreditch, which has been on my list forever. I want to go there for breakfast. I'm not sure if I'm going to be eating in or taking away. It depends how busy it is. If it's really busy, I'll just get it to take away. But yeah, it's been a nice couple of days just to get away from everything and everyone. I do recommend staycations, especially if you're somebody who is thinking about solo travel, but kind of wants to take baby steps. One of the first steps I would say is take a staycation in the city that you live in. You know, book a hotel, go out and about, and then you kind of can build that up with going to a city outside from where you live, and just build it up that way to get to the point where you feel confident enough to go abroad by yourself. The weather is not good. It's 9 degrees today. Like, we seem to be going back into winter. Ugh. It's cloudy, it's chilly, but it is that time of year. I'll be having breakfast, and then I'm going to come back and go home. I am going to the theatre today, later on today. And then tomorrow I'm going to, there's a sort of market called Salad Days, where they do markets that have independent businesses. They have it at various places, so wherever there's a place for them to have it, they kind of do pop-up. This one is near Borough Market. It actually starts today, and it's today and tomorrow, but I'm going mainly to see a cake stall, so I'm doing that tomorrow. And then I've got all of next week off from my day job, but I'm going to be concentrating a lot on my content creation, editing this video, of course. So yeah, we'll take you to Artful and we'll see what that's like, and then I'm gonna go home. I'm back, but no sandwich from Artful. I got there just after 9, and the server, said they don't do the sandwiches until about 10 o'clock, which I can understand, but it would be nice to have known that. I don't know if, I'm going to check now actually. I don't know if they have a website. Because if you had a website, then it would be good to put that on the website that you don't start doing the sandwiches and everything until around 10 o'clock. Yeah, I think they're only on Insta. So that's a bit disappointing. So there's only coffee. I'm like, yeah, I want a sandwich. I'm gonna have to go back there. I have some time off at the end of March, so I'll go then because I want to go on a weekday ideally. I know today's a Saturday, but I thought if I go early, I won't be too busy. But now that I have to go back, I will go on a weekday where hopefully I won't be too busy, and I want to try one of their sandwiches. So there's that. So I ended up going Greg's and getting a couple of vegan sausage rolls. And I got this from Pret, which is an animal cinnamon latte, which doesn't taste like apples. Did I say animal? Apple cinnamon latte, which doesn't taste like apple cinnamon latte. It smells like it, but it just tastes like a regular latte. And I've had this with Pret and Costa and all the others when they do these limited edition ones, and then you buy it and it doesn't taste like how it should taste. You get the smell more, and I'm like, how much extra did I pay for that? But anyway. So I'm gonna eat my lunch, eat my breakfast, and then let it digest, and then I'm probably gonna leave here about 10:30, 11, and go home. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I think when I edit it, it's gonna be quite long, but I'm gonna timestamp it so you can go in and go and only watch certain bits if you like, or watch the whole thing. But it just goes to show that as much as I've lived in London all my life, there's so many places that I hadn't been to. And it's always good to go to places again as well, because always new things are happening. And I think if you're somebody who's looking at solo travel, but you're a bit hesitant about it, it's a good way to start solo traveling is by doing staycations in your city, and then you expand from there. So if you have any questions about anywhere where I went or anything, let me know in the comments. Until next time, Cake lovers.